in terms of the pay to play, there's one thing I wanted to talk about as far as DLC, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in this backlog year, this year of like, there's not a lot of like brand new IPs coming out, but there's expansion packs here, there's DLC characters there, whatever the case may be. So, Tim brought it up like, hey, they're doing like the TGS, like PSN store sales and just sales in general. So I hop on the PSN store, of course. I'm like, oh, let me see, like maybe there's something I can like grab. So I started looking at like Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, things like that. I'm just like, yo, some of these DLC prices, I don't know if I can warrant it. I don't see myself spending $30 for year one season pass for Street Fighter 6. How? So it's like, that's the question I wanted to ask you guys. Like, do you guys feel like, granted, I still think DLCs are better than microtransactions.
Yeah.
But do you guys feel like it's getting to a point now where even DLC, right? Tim brought it up earlier in the pod, Aftermath is $50 for DLC. Right? Are we getting to a point where some of these games, like, I can't continue to return to it if I plan on playing other IPs?
I feel they've gotten to the point where, just like I always said with Sony earlier, bro, like it's the Apple format, bro. They're charging just so much out the gate. Like, yes, of course, these games, they're showing great graphic fidelity, but it's like not all this gameplay stuff is not really adding up.
Mm-hmm.
Not for everything, bro. And that's why, like, sometimes, bro, I tell people I'm a waiter. I wait for that complete edition, bro, because sometimes complete editions be like $40. And I was like, so you mean to tell me the base game and this attachment is $40 now? So why were you charging that much before? I mean, I get it. It depends on how many sales rack up. But then ultimately, it goes back to, the logic of money technically doesn't really exist. Like, you just decided to one day. It's the same thing with Grand Theft. They sold so many copies that they said, bro, we've made so much money off this game. We just don't care no more. Here you go.
It's got a Steam Deck and Epic.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, as of now, like, my investment level is very, very high right now. Because it's like, bro, these prices are just getting higher and higher. I think the highest I ever paid for DLC, and I remember you was talking about me so bad with this, when I bought the Arkham Knight DLC season pass. I was like, bro.
Was it worth it, Tim?
In the long run, no. In the long run.
Because he was like, nah, man, they promised they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I said, okay.
No, because to be honest, the best thing was the epilogue where... But then with even the epilogue was kind of like, all right, it's another set of Mad Hatter missions, Ra's al Ghul's side quests, a Killer Croc quest, and then, but we finally got closure about Mr. Freeze and his wife. The end.
Ooh.
And I was like, was this really worth $50? I mean, yeah, of course it had challenge maps. It had like 2 to 3 other short stories from the rest of the sidekicks. I was like, for $50 for what you got... It's no, I still sound like, nah, this shouldn't have been no $50, bro. And it's like ever since then, I don't think I've ever bought something that been expensive. Because even for like, I tell you all the time, bro, I jumped on Tekken Season 3. Like, and I remember I told you, I was like, hey, bro, them season passes, they for sale right now. Get them.
Yeah.
And we bought it at the same time because I was like, bro, you mean to tell me this thing was like $100, bro? $100? Even on Red Dead Ultimate Edition, bro, I waited. That was on one day. I woke up. It was like a 75% sale for $20. Like swipe. It's like, bro, you mean to tell me like these? And it's just like they just be throwing out these Ultimate Editions like it's nothing, bro. And they're all the same price, like 105 discs. And then here comes the year 2 passes, like, cause that's the thing now. You can't just drop it after the first season. But then you look at this Golden Child, Shredder's Revenge, Ultimate Edition, the base game and 2 DLC packs, $39.99.
Beautiful, bro.
For the PS4 and PS5 version. One sale.
Beautiful. So that's why I asked that question, because I'm like, it's, games are more expensive, right? We're making more of an investment up out the gate. But it's also one of those things where, like, because so many companies are tapped into like this live service model, it's understandable, right? Like, you want to give people reasons to return to your game, But I'm like, but if you're charging me $30, $40 for a fighter, I'm gonna play a couple matches, mostly offline, and then cut off my system. That's not, to me, feels like $40 well spent in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, at what point does this cumulative investment make sense? You know, like you look at even Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero got a collector's audition for like $110, bro. I'm like, and this is, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna make a season pass too, and I'm going to spend even more money
for 7 palette characters.
It's starting to feel a little bit unobtainable. Like you said, Tim, is like, I got to tap in year 3 because I cannot rationally in my brain be like, I'm going to spend 30, 40, 50 for this season pass that may or may not pay out. I say it all the time. Street Fighter 4 or 5, you buy the Ultimate Edition only for them to release more DLC.
Bro, even with us, remember we bought Soul Calibur, like we waited almost 2 years for them season passes to go on sale.
Yeah. And I still got one more season pass I need to buy. And that was with the deep discounts. I think the first 2 seasons, I think there's that last one with the guy from Samurai Showdown. I'm like, I don't have him because you released another DLC. That's right. What you think?
I'm not as apprehensive.
Okay.
Or the season passes, the yearly season passes, because like if I think me seeing how much they cost individually, I kind of like it. Kind of makes sense. $7 for one character, and if you do the math, this is how much it's going to cost for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Not as mad. I would probably buy one character since they're selling, but I have the option of buying one character. If I'm never going to play this character, even though they locked in my slot, it's okay. I don't really have a problem. I'm used to it with Killer Instinct having that model. Killer Instinct gave you the option to buy the character. If you are not going to play as Shadow Jago, you don't ever need to consider it. But if you do want to buy Shadow Jago or you want to buy him with the entire roster, you can. You can buy him later. I think that's a fair thing because you don't have to buy these DLC characters now, right? You have enough characters already in Tekken to play. And I didn't buy every character. I bought Leroy Smith when I say, oh, I like him. I'm gonna pay for him full price.
Mm-hmm.
I think with fighting games, as long as they give you the option to buy I don't have to buy the Kit Kat bar together. I can buy one Kit Kat bar. I'll be okay. Doesn't really bother me. And if it's at the other hand of on the other aspect, I want the game to live because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of do a little bit. I usually buy the game if, for example, there's a Sony game. It's 3 people that made the game. Bro, I'm gonna buy the DLC. It's out of charity for me at this point now because I understand that the corporate beast, and I can understand that there's other companies trying to claw in and intervene on what they're trying to do. So I throw them a bone because I don't want them to lose their sovereignty per se. So something like the S game that's coming out, like Wukong. I bought Wukong because, bro, I said, dog, listen, these guys tried. I'm not gonna wait for it to be on sale, and it was $50. So to me, $50 threshold is it's still. I'm like, yo, that's just 225. So I won't order Uber Eats for probably 2 weeks, and I'll just make my own food and I'll be fine. That's just like that's I could literally make that within 2 weeks. Put that to the side. So for a fighting game, I'm not really not gonna it's not gonna really bother me because they gave me quality. Right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like with the Street Fighter, I'm not gonna buy the characters now, but if I like Bison, so I'm gonna buy Bison by himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the season pass. So it doesn't bother me as much, but I understand someone who doesn't want to pay full price. But I also am appreciative that I can buy the individual character, and I don't have to buy a package with a bundle.
But even with that though, you don't feel like you're being overcharged, right? Because the what happens is like they're going to purposely tick up the price of the individual character to incentivize the season pass.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, yeah, you're paying $8. Yeah, it's $8 for the one character. But if you think about it, it probably should be $5.
Yeah.
But they're charging you $8 because they want you to pay $30. Like, oh, why would I pay $8 when I could pay $30 and get 3 more characters?
I don't know. For me, because it's like I'm gonna buy this on sale, so I'm not gonna pay what you want me to pay anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna make it go on sale. I'll get the character that I really want, and that could be 2 years from now. I get you a DLC. Most likely, that's what it will be for me. So it's $8 for the entire cycle of the game. I still don't have Lei Wulong in Tekken 7 because I don't want them.
But then I feel like that also speaks to like the attention span of just someone as a gamer, right? Of like,
Mm-hmm.
I wait for sales like anybody else, right? We all wait for sales. I don't know if I have Tim's level of patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the only reason why I said it is because by the time it gets to the point where it makes sense, I'm probably not even going to play it. I'm going to buy it because I couldn't resist, and it's going to sit right there because it's been 2 years now, and the sequel's on the way, or whatever the case may be. Where like it's hard for me to retain that interest that long.
With like I got Street Fighter Championship Edition.
I did
Like
too.
that was literally, and I was okay with that because like this wasn't the best Street Fighter for one, and two, I felt I was getting my money's worth.
Yeah.
It had all the
Yes.
DLC characters. I thought I was getting my money's worth, so I
DLC
said,
characters, stages, costumes. It had everything.
Hmm?
and then to be honest with you, man, like with the fighting game like Tekken 8, I don't have to move on to Tekken 9 when it dropped, to be honest with you. Because
You don't, but I think that I think it's just
yeah,
like, but I think to counteract your guys' point about Street Fighter Five, it's a lot easier because that game didn't justify the cost, right? You're like, what I'm seeing, I'm not crazy about it. Not to the point that I feel like I got to do it right now. Versus like, I look at Street Fighter Six, I'm like, bro, I want to play as Terry. I'm not gonna hold you. I really want to play as Terry,
and I think that
but I
merits
also
it,
want to
man.
play as
And then we
Bison.
didn't even see Mai yet. You know what I'm saying? We
You're
didn't
right.
even
So I'm
see,
like,
and then so is it 5 characters that we're getting for
Four.
four.
It's 4?
Mm.
If it was 5 and we were paying 30, I'd be, and then to be honest with you, dudes, I buy my games on Eniba, fighting games like that.
Mm.
I buy them in different regions. So if I have my own methods, like I cop Street Fighter. I didn't pay no $60 for Street Fighter. I paid 25 because I bought it from another country. You know what I'm saying?
This man.
And no, that's an extreme, but bro, I bought that thing for 25 from
The
a
Street Fighter's
war
written
torn
in German
country.
on the cover.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's messed up, but I was a German for that day, dog. I was a German for that day, man. Like, um, I understand, man. I do get it, man. And you're making me think. But for me, it's more like I want it. I guess it's not helping them not charging me as much because there was if it's an indie game, if it's indie companies, dog, to be honest with you, I buy it to help them out, man.
Mm.
I know what it takes to make this, and
No,
I
for
could tell
sure.
like Ninja Turtles. I wouldn't think I wouldn't bat an eye because that game was fire. You're doing something. You're answering. You're really making this game for me, and that's when I feel like okay, now you've gotten my money. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So it depends on the quality of effort for me. If I feel like they put enough effort in it for me to, and it for me to pay that much, and that's where I stand almost because now when I buy a game, if they please me, I'm gonna get the DLC for I'm already looking to buy the Tekken DLC whenever I get paid.
Mm.
Um
I also feel like.
and I
Go ahead.
and
Sorry.
I and I also like it for me because it's such a community. I like to be there. Fighting games aren't fun when people are moving on anymore.
That's
You
my
know, so
point.
it's like,
that's
yeah,
that's I'm like it's a fine line of like I don't want to be in a relevant state where everyone has moved on. Nobody cares anymore. Even my
but this
interest
game is
has
gonna
dipped a
be
little
here
bit.
for a long time, though. That's another thing too. The longevity of fighting games, I think, you know, they live longer, so it's like you actually won't pay as much as you think you will. You know, because I don't want to make Tekken 8 and then I gotta spend another $1 million 2 years from now. Especially with that, we don't have enough bandwidth speed to process certain things. Like 4K is still an issue. 4K 60 frames is still an issue for our top PCs in 2024. You know what I'm saying? This is
Mhm.
we just now got an iPad with an iPhone with a USB-C. This iPhone, I got it because I don't want that finicky lightning point anymore. Yo, I said, yo, I told myself, as soon as they make a USB-C, as soon as they make a USB-C, I'm out of here. I got rid of that phone. Now I have a phone to where I feel like 8 gigs of RAM on my phone. My computer can, oh my, yo, it's over. So I think the longevity of fighting games now, like we discussed earlier pods, I think it warrants the price. And especially if Tekken was trash, forget it, nothing would matter. But I like Eddie, like Lydia, love Heihachi. You know, we getting the story for free. We know,
Yeah, one of the
and
stories for
because
free.
one of the, what do you mean when the story's for free?
Ain't all gonna be free.
Wait. They're gonna do another story? Hold up, chill, guys. Hold up.
We don't want to get off topic. Tim, you were gonna say something?
Yeah. I also feel like, bro, it's kind of like how it goes back to the
Hey,
capitalist
you just
world.
killed me, dog.
It goes back to the capitalist world, bro, of flagships. Like anything that has like a flagship name, they are going to overcharge you, bro. They are. Because
Mm.
then you got some of the gems like how, or even I would say even flagships who they're trying to get back into the fold. Like look what SNK is doing with City of the Wolves. When you pre-order, you get the season pass with it.
Okay.
Like
That's a great bit.
That's a
That's the
great
business
business
and
practice
plan.
and
that'll
and,
put a
and look at
put
and
a
look at the price. It's within the same thing that you would buy on a full price game. Like when I was looking at Under Night, it had the standard edition, which was $49.99. Oh, $59.99. Oh, that comes with the season pass for $59.99. You made the decision for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, and then there are certain games they promoting the season pass before the game even finish. That's a red flag.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
red flag, bro.
No.
It's like
They
how
dropped the launch trailer, the season pass trailer right afterwards.
it's,
How, fam?
and then the biggest red flag was Mortal Kombat, bro. Once they said, like, it's like, bro, how we got the season pass trailer before the launch trailer, and look at what we got, bro. Two out of five of those characters was only good.
That's what I'm saying. I know again it's a tricky thing. Like you said, I think that's a good point, Tim. Like just the flagship aspect of it. But I'm just like at a certain point, it's like I still want to be in while it's a good talking point. But at the same time, like, oh, y'all breaking my pockets.
No, but look how fast these games are on sale now. Like you could get Street Fighter for dirt cheap if you buy it now.
You can, but base Street Fighter. That's what I'm saying. Like it's one of those things where it's like
Yeah,
you're
and you could tell
you're
But you don't think
but you
the
could also tell that they're
longevity?
also skimping down on those like versions where they bundle it together, especially now, where like especially after people got on, like, why y'all keep making new versions just to resell us? Like now everything is strictly DLC, so now they're starting to cut back on. Hey, no, there ain't no Champion Edition, bro. You better run. You
yeah.
better run us the money for these season passes.
And then they're not going on a sale the way that you would think they would. Like, again, going to the PSN store, I'm like, I thought season one would have been cheaper than it was.
No,
It was
How
cheaper
much are
than
you
it.
guys? How much is it on your on the PlayStation? How
I
much do you
think I
remember it
think it's
for?
like $30 because the standard
Okay,
season
I'm
pass is
gonna
like what
go.
40.
I'm gonna go on the Microsoft
I
Store.
think it's like I think it's like $40, bro. But yeah, with me, bro, when it comes to fighting games, bro, I wait for Evo sales and Tokyo Game Show sales. Because you also got to know the market, bro. Like, you know that if they want to drive sales, Evo is probably one of the best times.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's excited. They're hyped. They want to like
Yeah.
be a part of the conversation. Oh, that's how I started my Evo journey. I saw so and so do Justin Wong. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I'm just like, bro. It's just like it's getting to a point where I'm like, man, I just again, I saw it and I logged right back out. Like I was like, nope.
Yeah, like I said, bro.
Let me see.
But it's getting tough, man. It really is getting tough out there, and that's why, bro. That's where I said the human logic just got to take over. Analyze your life, what you got going on. Does this align with that? Does this purchase align with that? Yes or no?